to my favorite part of the show, which is my auspicious op-ed. And this one ties into all the subjects oh, also lovely. Oh my goodness. So yeah, anyways, everyone, I put these words together. They meant a lot to me, and this particular set of words was a little harder to put together than most. Got a little practice, and I'm ready to unleash this one. I'm going to shoot a title at you. So this the title of this op-ed is humans versus lizards. It always comes back to humans versus lizards. All right, let's get this party started. So, one of my most recent crash courses in terminology and philosophy of current events has taken me through many layers of understanding this unusual but most peculiarly prevalent sensation. I have been immersed in the phenomenon of and concept of the lizard people, which have apparently impacted our lives in ways almost unfathomable by a truly pure human being. You know, one that is housing a soul with a full set of chakras and encompassing the many whimsical pleasantries of the human spirit. We have all been forced to live within a very anti-human, anti-individual, hive-like set of standards and systems, highly draconian or reptilian in nature, for one primary reason, which is that the lizard elites, who might appear sophisticated to some, are truly primitive to the core and only understand a life lived on a solely left-brained, collectivist, governed, basically a collectivist, utopian, technocratic police state governed by the emotions induced by the reactions the ruling castes and its representative agents in response to garnering narcissistic supply, the pursuits to glean more, and the narcissistic injuries they will incur in these anti-human pro-lizard value schemes they cook up at their events, then try to coerce and impose their exploitative aims on the rest of us. The other, 99.7% who were never asked what kind of life or world we would wish to take part in the creation and upkeep of. I covered recently in episode 9 of Pan Panen Pious Prophetic Ponderings, and I'll link that definitely, with many prevalent receipts to show the proof is in the pudding when it comes to these lizard people literally professing what they desire to do to all of us, especially the more human, more right-brained ones of us. Yeah, I will have a link to that, and that has a ton of really good links in the description box, so please check that out in the description box below. And if it isn't there, I will add it to a pinned post, so worry not. But I do definitely recommend watching that video for a solid 101 or 411 on the lizard people that have revealed themselves to be absolutely nothing at all like the rest of us. Now that we've gotten a better image of the lizardy, serpentine-esque, or otherwise scaly, slimy types, let us go ahead and link some keywords, terms, and concepts to the self-professed biologically rich caste. The lizard people literally said it themselves, the ones who go to WEF and all of that, biologically rich caste of envious and banally sadistic energy vampire control oligarchs who think that their globalist agenda and depopulation scheme will eradicate any and all undesired remnants of humanity, creativity, freedom, individuality, joy, or divinity that have hindered their absolute autocratic attempt at declaring themselves omnipotent false gods, much like the pharaohs and emperors of antiquity, but with greater technology, power, and span, coupled with a fraction of the respect of their predecessors. Let me be clear, these are not very intelligent people. In fact, they have blocked all the intelligent people out of everything to try to kill us off. they are actually a very sheltered, weak, and immature subset. These lizard people really are, and have only relied on their fortunes and loyalties that trace back to ancient times, when many of the texts of the various ancient religions warned us about the many prophetic signs we have witnessed exponentially increase, this decade especially. Outside of these fortunes and loyalties, due to the power they wield through the many institutions that these bloodlines have developed and maintained in a desperate attempt at controlling us and manipulating our consent to allow them to assume control of the world and all of its resources and life forms. I would like for everyone to understand that regardless of if these beings are the gatekeepers to all that they commissioned, then violently hoarded over the millennia, are a separate species, bloodline, or race is far less important than the fact that they tried to declare and manifest exactly that degree of distinction while attempting to subtly and silently exterminate us covertly through mass. My cat is about to jump up here. Come on, Socrates. Will you let my 1 second? Socrates, you're gonna come help mom. Okay. Now I have Socrates, and hopefully he'll let me finish. You'll let me finish? All right. Okay. I would like for everyone to understand that regardless of these beings that are the gatekeepers to all that they commission, then violently hoarded over the millennia, are a separate species, bloodline, or race is far less important than the fact that they tried to declare and manifest exactly that degree of distinction while attempting to subtly and silently exterminate us covertly through mass poisoning and impoverishment, whose consent has been justified by some fallacious misunderstanding of social contract theory that, literally absolutely none of us agreed to. None of got to read, agree, or sign any social contract. Mindless cognitive dissonance, deceit, and illegitimate abuses of authority have been taken too lightly for too long, and we're finally taking a stand against them, solid enough for them to come after us with censorship, attempts of canceling, deplatforming, debanking, blacklisting, and covert public exile and digital exile, because they know the truth will incriminate them as it sets the rest of us free, who know how to behave as a human with humanity, unlike the lizards in question. When you hear terms like elite, narcissist, boomer, highly educated, politician, deep state, Illuminati, New World Order, NGO, PCM, professional managerial class, expert, celebrity, rulers, authority, or any overt focus on the quasi-divine sanctity self-relegated to systems of hierarchy as being superior in importance and meaning to the human individual or collective alike, that you are hearing lizard people values and reasoning imposed on us through indoctrinated this government schooling, this these requirements that are imposed on us by the government and other vested private entities, and legislation and what have you, interested and dedicated to making you their slave and host, because they are parasites simultaneously, for life as long as they deem you worthy of existence. They're literally on another tier. It's a 2-tier system. These lizard values are beyond outdated, unethical, immoral, amoral. Get on down, Socrates. Or in or invalid, and the wake of devastation many are now starting to wake up to should be a sober splash of why we should never let any individual or group get away with societal abuse for thousands of years. Especially the last few centuries have been heinous. That should never happen ever again, and I mean never again. And that closes out today's show.